Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen. I am so excited to have another author with me today from the book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. Welcome, Brooke.
Thank you, Galit. It's fabulous.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this topic today, aren't we?
We are.
This is one of those fun taboo, we got to talk about it as women topic. I cannot wait to jump in. But before we do that, let's let everybody know who you are. This is Brooke Tera Sundri, and she is a sexual empowerment mentor. Did I catch everyone's attention now? You think I did, right?
Yeah. It's a fun topic. It always grabs.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have so much fun. I'm excited. Brooke, before we get started, the first thing I like to ask all the authors is, what does the phrase, the successful woman's mindset, mean to you?
For me, it means embracing our radiance and our power. We as women for so long have been, I guess, living in a man's world and oppressed and there's still so many awful things that happen to women in today's world. We forget that we have our own individual radiance and we have our own power, our own uniqueness. We forget the depth of our capacity to love. And so successful women's mindset to me means bringing ourselves back to remembering that and embracing what we have inside of us, which is incredibly powerful.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
That creates our success. Our radiance is our success.
You use such powerful words. First of all, you use the word powerful, but you always used radiance. You use this beautiful word radiance and that we have what it is already inside us. And I love some of the words that you use. So let's talk a little bit about that. Women, many times in society, are taught to downplay that. I know you and I have both been there in our worlds, in our past, not anymore. Get out of our way now, right, Brooke? But we're taught, you talk about your accomplishments, you're bragging. Don't shine brighter than the woman next to you. Don't, whatever. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. I think what's so exciting about this book is every woman has her own story, including you, that has brought us here through a journey to our success. We don't just wake up one day and we're successful. So I'd love for you to share, if somebody said to you, Brooke, how do I tap into my radiance? What do you say?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Because it is a journey, as you said. You don't just wake up, right?
Gosh, is it a journey?
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Wow. I would. People, I was having this conversation the other day. I wouldn't want to go back and be 20 again. That journey was amazing. It's given me this radiance, and we all, as you said, we all have it inside of us. And I guess the first thing I would say to them is, it's already there. It's already there. You are born with it. But you need to reconnect with yourself. We spend so much time, particularly as women, outside of ourselves. So busy doing everything for others. And, once upon a time in the world, we had a very individual set role as women, whereas now we're trying to do everything. We're trying to be everything. And that takes us even further from connecting back with ourselves, inside what's inside of us. And so it can be so much so much harder. We're so much further, so much more detached from who we really are, and therefore we're so much more detached from our own pure radiance. And we all have it. It's there. It's so powerful, and it's so beautiful and divine. And so I really guess the main, I had to think a bit when you asked that question, but the main bit of advice I would give there is, you have to know who you are. You have to reconnect with yourself. Don't go looking outside of yourself for it. Look within and reconnect to you. And as a sexual empowerment mentor, the first thing I do is take women back within. People always think it's about sex and, the tools and connecting with their intimate partner. Of course,
that's the bonus.
That's the bonus.
The
Exactly.
the real key is intimacy within yourself. And I think that's why I love this chapter. And let's jump in and start talking about that next, because we're just have so much fun with this one. I want to leave a lot of time. The chapter's called Intimacy Beyond Sex. Why this chapter title and why this topic?
Well, this topic because sex is the reason I'm here is to teach people that there is more to sex. There is a deeper level, yeah, and that is the intimacy. And the reason I chose that the name for the title for the chapter is because we're all sexual beings, right? We're all sexual beings. We're all intimate beings. But how we relate to ourselves, how we connect with our soul and with that radiance that we've just been speaking about, that impacts our relationship with everything and everyone around us. Yeah. So it is, what I do is so much more than just having better sex. I mean, I love talking about having great sex, and I love, I do courses on orgasms and all the different types of orgasms you can
Right,
have,
right.
how
You
to
don't have a
reach
problem
them.
with that, but
Right,
this chapter is so much deeper. There's nothing
right.
in this chapter about having better sex. What I
No.
love, it leads to it, but I think that's why I loved it so much. Even though it has the wow factor, right? Intimacy beyond sex is the chapter title, and people are going to read that and say, "Oh, what is this about?" I love that you brought to this book, hey, look at yourself. Are you really happy? Are you really doing the work? Are you really living a genuine and authentic life? If not, which by the way, you give some great tips. We're not going to give them away today. You give logical steps to doing this, because people might be listening or watching and saying, that's great, but I don't know what you're talking about. How do I tap into my intimacy? How do I tap into myself? You actually cover some great steps in the book about this. But let's talk a little bit more about this idea that when you look through history and through society, we're caretakers, we're givers, we're nurturers, and many of us get to a certain age and we're like, we can still be all those things and still take care of ourselves.
Right. As I said, our connection with ourselves impacts how we relate to everyone and everything around us. So the deeper and the stronger our connection with ourselves, the deeper and the stronger our connection with everyone around us. I even help women like in leadership, business women,
Yes,
because it impacts how they relate and how they communicate
absolutely.
within the workplace. It's that powerful. And because the tools that I teach them to connect with themselves are tools they use to connect with others. So it gives them this incredible, not just radiance and power within the workplace, but tools to connect. And that's what it's all about. We as women, you're so right, we forget, we end up on the hamster wheel. That's what it is. It's a hamster wheel. So we're not only forgetting about ourselves, but we're forgetting about our power and we're living unconsciously. And it's about, what I do is I give women the tools to become more conscious and more aware of how they are interacting with everyone around them.
Yeah, there, at the end of the day, when we're not aware of ourselves and comfortable with ourselves, it shows. It
Mm.
shows that you don't have confidence. It shows in sales. It shows in marketing. It shows in success in your businesses or your profession, in the body language, in the words, in the tone of voice that you use. What you're really sharing in this chapter is key pieces to, I mean, at the end of the day, love yourself.
Oh, yes.
Love yourself.
Yeah, right.
Right,
That's
Brooke?
it. Love yourself, the intimacy and the connections and the sex and all that will follow. You're so right. And how many people, speaking of women in leadership, how many people have a leader in their lives, whether it be, and I'm not just talking in the workplace now, maybe your mother is your leader or your aunt or someone, but look at them. How many of them seem exhausted? tired. Yeah. And part of that, that doesn't happen if we don't have the disconnect. Yeah.
I
That
completely
is an
agree. I
example.
completely agree. I
Yeah.
love that you said that, because as someone that runs multiple businesses and does as much as I do, I'm constantly being told, you've got to be exhausted. You've got to be burnt out. You're so busy. And I'm like, no, I feel amazing. Why are you like giving me a heart attack already? And I mean, it's almost like they've diagnosed me with a heart attack. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there is a place where you can be even busier and still be happy. There's a place where you can be doing more things and still be not burnt out, not stressed.
It gives you, like I've used the word radiance and power, but it gives you energy. It energizes. It's
Yes.
our vitality. When we connect with our own intimacy and when we have that radiance, we are vital. We are energized.
I love it.
That's
I
who
love
we
it,
are
Brooke.
as
I
women.
love everything that you talk about in this chapter. I love that this topic is part of this book. We've got some great topics. We've got money topics, and we've got business topics, and we've got personal development topics. And this one for me just fit right in because, hey, let's get intimate with ourselves so we can be intimate with others, and not just in the bedroom or in the back of the car or wherever else. I had to throw that in for fun. But shock factor, right? Rick, shock factor. It's really about being intimate with it yourself and just knowing yourself. So let's go ahead and share something fun with everybody that they may or may not know about you, or that's something you love about yourself you want people to know. She's taking another sip of the drink.
Yeah, I got to think about that one. See, there's so much I could share. I think I'm a really
Woo!
good person
Think
because
it
I do.
through. Think it through.
Something fun. Okay. I think what I'd like to share is just part of how my growth happened, how I got to this stage, which is I'll be honest, the first part of my life, I didn't plan a thing. It just evolved. Right? One thing went to another, and because I didn't plan and because it just evolved, doors opened, and I'd go, oh, okay, I'll walk through that door. Right? I was really
Right.
open to trying new experiences
Best
and
way.
yeah, it's great. So I ended up as a result, I lived all over the world. I lived in third world countries. I lived in countries of all different types of religious denominations and dogma and different philosophies. And that has all contributed to my understanding and the tools that I use of how to connect with ourselves and who we are, who our spirit is, who our soul is, what sexuality is. You know, all of that has come from all of those experiences. So it's not just a westernized view. It's not just a, um, you know, I haven't just studied psychology and stuck with one dogma or something like that. I actually incorporate all of those different aspects in what I do because I do believe we are multidimensional.
Yes.
We're multidimensional beings. And I have a lot of fun with it. I love what I do, and I love all of the philosophies and all of the cultures, and they are what have made me me. And I see the beauty in all those different people, and I try to bring that together and incorporate it in the areas of our lives that I have seen are missing. You know, I went. I guess the best part for me was going into these different cultures and the what we term third world countries and all, and seeing people who are so much more connected with themselves and so much more content and happy. And I'd come back to our Western society, and it's filled with depression and sadness and anxiety and stress. And I thought, we have access to so much more. We have everything at our fingertips, and yet we're so much more disconnected. So I tried to bring those tools in first because we can't, as we've already said, we can't have the intimacy with the disconnect. So the thing that I'm really passionate about what I do, I'm so passionate about what I do. You've asked me about something exciting I do, and I've brought it back to what I do because my world is that it has evolved from my travels, from my, you know, consulting with people all over the world. And I've got to consult with celebrities and the rich and famous, and it's
So
been
much
a lot of fun.
fun. But
Oh
it
my gosh.
all revolves around doing what you love and having so much passion. People can see, people can hear, people can feel passion. I always make that joke that if I want to get up on stage and sell a pen and I'm really passionate about this pen and what it does for my life, I probably can. Now, I don't sell pens, but when you love what you do, people they like you become a magnet to them, right, Brooke? Oh my gosh, I have to learn how to be. I need to work with a sexual empowerment mentor. I need to learn how to be intimate beyond sex. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. Who doesn't want that as we get older?
It
But I
is
guess
to
that,
me,
yeah,
because it
no,
does. It impacts every area of our life in a far greater way. Yeah. So, and it
I
helps.
love it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
how can people get in touch with you, connect with you, learn more about working with you?
Do you know, I work with people all over the world, and yet I don't have a great online presence. Um,
Would you
and
like to give a work email
I'm
maybe?
starting to change that, but I think the best way to contact me is, yes, either by email or to go to my Facebook page. I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group, and those two ways would be the best ways. So the email is Brooke Tera Sundri at gmail.com. And my Facebook page is Brooke Tera Sundri, and my group is Women's Sexual Empowerment Mentor or Sex Coaching. Yeah.
I
So
love
they can look me up on there. The group is obviously linked to my page. My name, I'm just going to explain a bit about my name, because Tera Sundri is not my legal surname, it is my spiritual name. And so this
Oh,
is
beautiful.
it is, you're right. It was given to me as a Kundalini instructor. I practice Kundalini and Taoism and all sorts of dogma. So Tera Sundri is the spiritual name that was given to me.
It's beautiful. And
Yeah.
your contact information will always also be on the podcast, the TV show, and also on the website. So anybody that's watching that would like to learn more about about Brooke, please connect with her, Brooke Tera. And also, if you're interested in purchasing the book and reading about intimacy beyond sex, which you're just going to have so much fun with that chapter, please make sure to visit thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com, or you can grab it online at any Amazon or any other online retailer to purchase the book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. Thank you for joining me, Brooke.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure and fun as always. Thank
So
you,
much
Billy.
fun. Thank you so much for watching another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.